is we feel like we have to be somebody. And when we have to be somebody or show up in a certain way or get it right or be the right lover or be the best lover, it can be incredibly depleting to have that pressure to be a certain way. Who knows what I'm talking about? Like, I see this with men. It's like, I want to be the amazing partner. And gosh, you guys take yourselves out. You're incredible lovers. But sometimes you want to be such an amazing lover that you're not actually present to what she needs. And it might be very simple, or what she desires. So I applaud the desire to be an amazing lover, but take the pressure off, please. Because we love you as you are. Women, do we love men? Yes, raise your hands. Woo! Okay. Men, do you love women? Oh, yeah. All right. So thank you for being willing to dive into that and look at a little bit of what gets in the way and just notice what it shows you for you and what desire that brings up. And so as I talk about desire, we're going to go into one more section. It's been rich, but it's going to get even richer. And looking at this aspect of want versus desire. And so we're starting to feel into our desires and what comes in, but there's a distinction between wanting something and desiring something. As I started to explore this, and this was something that evolved for me, but there was a lot of want in my life. There was a lot of reaching out. I want relationship, and that's why I did relationship after relationship. I want it. And it's this place of lack or scarcity, or I'll also say attachment, where we hook on, and the object of our desire, the minute I attach to it, it becomes a want. And this is where, I'm doing this from a space of relationship work, but then I started to see, if I listen to all the speakers that are speaking about manifesting and and we create our reality, and this is how we magnetize, this is how we attract, well, it's the same thing. And very interestingly, the more we want something, what typically happens? It goes further away. Yes, we resist it. So how often have we felt that in our relationships as singles? What have we noticed? If you go out looking for somebody, you don't find them. Couples, your partner's not doing something you want them to do. What happens? Do they do it the more that you tell them you want them to do it? Does it get worse more often? Yeah. You're not making love enough. You're not having enough sex. And you keep talking about it. Do you get any more sex? No. Unfortunately. So it's coming back and meeting from a different place. And so I have a couple of examples, and this is a section that actually rewrote itself last night. And I'm actually kind of excited about it. So we're talking about, in couples, we were talking about wanting more sex and it's not happening. What about, let's step in even deeper, when a woman is approaching orgasm, or we're making love, or we're fooling around, or however we are, and women, when you want an orgasm, do you usually get it? Sometimes, yes, okay. And it depends on the level of want. And some of us are more fortunate than others. But that place where we start chasing it, it's like we can taste it, and then we start chasing it. We start going out. Women, are you willing to admit who knows what I'm talking about? Yeah. And men, have you ever had the experience where you want to be that great lover and you want to give her an orgasm because you know she's going to feel good? Men, are you willing to admit you've been there? Thank you. What happens when the more you want to give her that orgasm? It doesn't the harder it is, it doesn't happen. Yes. There's so often, it's like we've got to let go and let the desire for it be there, but the want or the attachment to let it go. So I had a relationship back many years ago where I was just diving into sacred sexuality, just diving into Tantra, and starting to explore female ejaculation. And my partner had been with lots of women who had ejaculated. So his desire for me was that I'd have this experience. And I was interested, but I wasn't totally committed, and I didn't really have a desire, but I was willing, I was curious. But the more he wanted me to have that experience, I really didn't give a crap about it. I was like, forget it. It very much pushed me away. And then I met and worked with a sexual healer, and sure enough, there was an opening for it, there was a possibility, and sure enough, I got to have my first ejaculation because there was no pushing me. It was just the opportunity to experience that. And so I can't emphasize it enough that what you reach out for in relationship or sexual or anywhere in life for that matter, you're doing yourself a disservice. I have a friend who loves to be held, loves to be cuddled. And she would come to me and she'd say, God, I want somebody to wake up with, and I want to be in bed with him, and I want to feel his body. And I go out and I try to meet, and I'm like, feel what you're feeling. What do you feel like right now? Is your body open to receive? Or is it contracted in the wanting? And she's like, it's kind of contracted. So what if you were to step into your desire? What would it feel like? What do you desire? What do you want? And, sometimes the language around this gets fine, but what is it that the feeling is that you're desiring? What is it that you imagine? Would it be more like this? It would feel so good to have that man's body wrapped around me, and I'd love to wake up and feel him there, and I'd love, like he'd be kissing my neck and touching me, and that's so much how I'd love to wake up with him. I'm like, is that different? What would it be like if you came from that place? She's like, well, yeah, I can see that, and I sort of already feel it. That's what's cool about our desire, is it's feeling it as if it's already here. There's no lack. We talked about the scarcity. There's no lack in our desire. It's an experience of being right here. You guys get that? You have a sense of it? Okay, we're going to keep exploring this. So, what's that?
It's like you're actually feeling it and experiencing it.
Yes. 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 So over here, when I told the story, it was like, I don't have it. God, I wish I have it. I want that. I want to wake up tomorrow morning with this person. I want to feel their body. I don't know who it is, but I want to feel a man that feels good, that I want to be with. And then I can have the experience of it and feel it. And so could you notice how I went very much into feeling what that would feel like? Did you get a sense of more of a magnetic energy there? That's the difference. You have the opportunity to draw it into your life when you connect with what is it that is the deeper desire in your whole body. So yes, thank you. And so I want to, okay. So I'm going to ask for a volunteer. I'm going to ask for a male volunteer. And one who's, hang on, there's a couple of caveats on this one. One who feels willing to be edgy. And the other thing is that you, on some level, would like to sleep with me. Okay. Oh, I saw two hands go up. What's that? Do you have to step up? Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm going to let Paul do this one. The other Paul. You're actually both Pauls. I could have a Paul sandwich. This is true. All right, Paul. Thank you. Yeah, please, come on up. Actually, can we have the hand mic? So I want to do a little bit of a demonstration around this. Thank you for your willingness to be vulnerable. Okay, so we're going to keep it simple first. The first part, I promise, is going to be easy. Okay? All right.
Heard that.
Okay, So first I just wanted to just play with this energy of wanting and versus desire. So can I touch your arm?
Of course.
Okay, so first, let's pretend that we have been either in relationship or we're exploring the possibility of relationship, okay? So I'm just gonna go into want. So, God, Paul, I so wanna be with you. Oh my God, you're amazing. I so want you. Oh my God, please, please, can we really do this? I love this. Oh, you're amazing. Okay, so what's your initial, as I do that, what's your draw? Are you wanting to come towards me, or are you wanting to go away from me?
Well, I think you can feel that I'm kind of doing this,
Yes.
but you know, there's part of me that wants to
Right.
do this too.
This is good. I know. So I have two parts to this exercise. So setting the second one up actually interferes a little bit with the first one. But the part of you that really, was there an essence that wanted to pull away?
I just was thinking that you looked needy.
Yeah, that's it, exactly.
I wasn't sure that you were the one for me.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you. It's like I'm pulling on you. And as I pull on you, you want to go back. So now, let's flip it. Okay. So, you are amazing, and I love hanging out with you, and I so enjoy what we have, and yet I know that maybe you're not completely sure, and so what really is most important to me is that you have what you have, and if you want to be in relationship with me, God, I would love that, and I really want the truth. What's your experience?
I'm feeling like, well, let's give it a try and see what happens.
Distinction of wanting to pull away or to come towards versus wanting to pull away, is that?
It was, to get more basic, a feeling of me closing versus opening.
Got it. Got it. Perfect. So closing versus opening, meeting me versus moving away from me. Okay? Okay. So now, the second part is...
This is the hard part.
This is going to be where it gets a little more interesting. So thank you again. All right, so this part, we're going to actually step into more of an imaginary, and we're on stage, we're on camera, I don't think we're going to actually do this, but let's explore the desire. Actually, first let's explore the want that you have for me. That's more of the want. So if you were to just speak from the want and speak from that place, how would you speak it? I warned you it was edgy.
Okay, so, you know, Joanna, the first time that I met you, I'm not sure that you remember this, but you were dating a guy named Scott, and I just, you know, was sort of envious of him, and I kind of wanted to grab you and take you, pull you towards me, but I wouldn't do that. Not that kind of guy, so I didn't do it. But anyway, okay.
Yes.
How's that?
Good, good.
I don't know if that was
So,
very
all right,
good.
so let's play with it. So if you were to go to a little bit, you're a very conscious man. So if you were to go a little bit more to just the raw urge, the part that's not so filtered and not so nice.
Okay.
And not nice, but just unfiltered. You don't have to show up in a, yeah, it's just like, let's get more of the urge.
I want you so bad, I want you now. Can we just, let's go get a room and go upstairs.
Thank you.
How's that?
Got it. That was the piece I was looking for. That was it. Thank you. So in that moment, I wanted to pull away more.
Okay.
So I wasn't with you. Women, do you feel it? Totally. Now, you actually sort of did the desire one first. So the exercise goes how it does. But now, let's practice it again.
Okay.
And this time, the invitation is to come from your desire. And before you speak, I want you to do what we've just done and imagine, step into that connection of what it would be like. And it can be me or it can be somebody else, but just connecting in with your desire to be with me or a woman like me that fits what you want. So feel that first, and then speak from your desire. You're doing great. Take a deep breath.
Okay.
Take a deep breath. Let it go. Feel the nervousness.
I am nervous, and I think that that's how that I know that it feels really true and strong, that I really do want to be with you, and I don't know if you want to be with me too or not, but I'd really like to get to know you better.
Thank you.
And now I feel less nervous.
Yeah. Awesome. Can I give you a hug?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is that it? Am I released?
You're released.
Okay, thank you.
I appreciate your willingness. So could you guys feel the difference? What was it like when he met me in desire? Hot. What else? Where did it touch you in your body? Your heart. Where else did it touch you? Anybody else touch you in another spot? Yeah. Second chakra, yes. So this is what's possible. Was there turn on in that last one? Massive turn on. There's one piece that because we're going to do a little exercise here so that you get to explore a little bit of this for yourself as well. But I also want to say that, I stepped out there and invited Paul to really get real about his desire and me being an object of that desire. And I also choose the word object when I say that because women, this is edgy for us. And took me many years to get to this point, and it doesn't have to. But for me, when I knew men were attracted to me that I wasn't having a relationship with, or even go to the catcalls or the comments that would happen, they would shut me down. I would run away and I would judge. If there wasn't a quote opening for it, if I didn't invite it, I would judge it. And it didn't feel safe to me. But as I found my ground, as I found who I am, it's like now I recognize that if I show up fully as a woman, there will be men that are attracted to me, that will desire me. And that's no disrespect to me. I can't show up fully in my light, women, and not have men be attracted. And we don't now, what we get the choice is, and over here, I don't know your name, but Angela, speaking of the ability to say yes, which means we have an ability to say no. And that's the difference is I own who I am as a woman now, and I didn't. I get thrown off by a man's energy until I get grounded here, and now I know how to open up. And so I laughed. I was in Hawaii last summer, and I walked down the street, and in a matter of 5 minutes, I had 2 catcalls from cars and another car that I was standing on the side of the street, and he just stopped traffic. He just stopped right there. I wasn't at a crosswalk. He's like, and he had his window open. He's like, for you. And I was like, I'm in my space. I'm in me right now. And the reflection is coming. And yet the judgments in the past would have been that, these men were, inappropriate, disrespectful. No, they were seeing the light that I was shining. And so that's part of this healing process that we go through when we find both who we are authentically and releasing the opposite sex from the ways that they maybe haven't treated us right in the past. Because we got to heal that so that we can show up here. Does that make sense, women and men? Yeah. Men, how great would it be if more women found that space where they could totally show up in their light, even if you didn't get the privilege of going home with them at night? Thank you. Thank you. And men, how many of you are willing to create a safe space for women to know that they can shine their light? Would you be willing? Thank you. Women, just notice. I had so many judgments and so many fears. And it's like now I truly feel like men would show up, strangers, and flock to me and support me if I needed it, to protect me if I needed it. So that's what's possible. And yes, are there places where I can put up the masculine if I need to take care because it's not appropriate to be open? Absolutely. But the vast majority of the world is incredibly supportive when we shine our light. So I just want to bring that in because I opened up a space of acknowledging that I'm going to be, if I show up and shine, I'm going to be seen. And we have to make peace with that, women, if we really want. That's one of those edges. We were talking about edges. That was a huge one for me. So I love shiny women, and I love what it does to the world. So just work with that for yourself. Okay, so let's do a couple of more exercises so that you get to partner up. So find a different part, so that you get to experience the difference between want and desire. And actually, before we do that, everybody give Paul a hand for being so courageous and such a man. Thank you.